Hello friends, I got a question for how to paint watercolor flowers. I want to show you. I'm using a round brush here and then I have my watercolors on the side. This is just a cheap one. I will link it below in case you're interested. And then this is a piece of vintage paper. Now for this technique, you're going to want to make like a C shape or like the beginning of a spiral. And then you are just going to press down and slightly curve the brush a little bit, and it gives you crescent shapes. So that's kind of what you're after, or like C shapes that are a little bit wider in the middle. And you're just going to keep going around. You want to get bigger as you um, as you continue painting the flower, sorry. And I like adding a ton of different colors to mine. I love watercolor because you can kind of mess with the transparency by adding more or less pigment, and I use a bunch of different colors, but I really love this technique. It's just going to take a little bit of practice, and you can even just make kind of like lines that are curved around that center and then just widen up the centers as you go too. So just kind of experiment. I'm going to show you another one. So this is like a C shape or beginning of a spiral. And then I'm just pressing down on that brush to make those crescent shapes or the C shapes that are a little bit fat. And then I'm going around. And I like my petals to overlap. So you'll see that I'm doing that. So I'm making them overlap on the previous row. And you're just going to keep going around, and I'm just picking up color on my brush. So just practice it. You'll get the hang of it. And I'm going to show you a super simple flower after this, not a rose, that you can do. And you can make these go any sorts of way. You can add any colors that you want. I love doing them on vintage book pages. I think it's really, really pretty. And this is one that a friend gave me from a super old book. So it works out really, really well. And like I said, I love like my roses to be super colorful. I learned this technique from an amazing artist called Alyssa Burke years ago. She did it with acrylic paint, and which is also cool too. I love watercolor, so that's what I'm doing here, but experiment, see what medium speaks to you. But it's a really easy technique, and just open a page in your journal and practice, and then do it on your book pages, or just go with the flow. I don't think that they look bad, even if you quote unquote mess them up. They're very forgiving. It's totally fine. Just go with the flow and make them as big as you want. You can do smaller ones. Just experiment and have a great time. But these are so fun and they're so addictive to make. I made a batch of these for my painted page mail art club, and they're so pretty. So everyone got some of these too in their little packages. So that's super fun. So just experiment, see what you like. And you can go in with colored pencil. You can enhance these even more. You could add leaves. You can do so many cool things, but that's how they look. And now I'm going to show you another one too that's even simpler than this. And you can make them smaller. You can make them facing different ways. So just experiment, see what you like. So I'm going to grab another piece of paper, and for this one I'm going to do the 5-dot method. So you're going to make 5 little dots with the tip of your brush, and you want water to be on there, and you're just going to press your brush, and I like to make the dots circular, and you make petals. And it's just a 5-dot, 5-petal flower. So let's do it again. Same thing, just use the tip of that brush and then press. And you can kind of play with the direction that you want your brush to go. Here I'm showing you kind of me using the brush on the side, and the other one I was using like the very tip of the brush and just pressing down. So you'll get some variation, but again, experiment. That is so important. It's so important to play and not, be so serious. And not expect to like do things, supposedly right the first time. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and, to learn things. So really, really fun. But I'm going to do the same thing here. And these are fun. They're super simple to do. And they're just 5-dot flowers. So really, really simple. And those are fun too. And you can incorporate more colors into them too. You can make them bigger if you use a bigger brush, or even if you don't. There's just so many cool things that you can do too. You can also just use the side of your brush. That's what I did with the first two on the left hand side of your screen, is I just, load up my brush and then I just make 5 little pushes on there in a circular kind of way, and it makes really pretty flowers. So really fun. You can space these out. They're very fun. You can go in and widen out the petals, or, add more color in. So they're super forgiving. And I'm doing this, a lot of this in real time. I did speed up the roses a little bit, but the ones that I am showing you now, like, they are so fast to do. Super, super simple. And we can widen out, the edges of our flowers if we need to. But once you learn the technique, it's really, really simple. And like I said, just experiment. And you're just pressing down on the brush. That's it. With a round brush, you're just pressing down and it creates that petal look. And I've done the same thing with, I tried like flat brushes, and you get a different kind of shape, which is really cool. So you can experiment with that. And I'll show you a video on that if you let me know that you're interested. But really, really simple. I hope that I made it easy. Just watch the video a couple times. If you, I know that people like to explain things, and sometimes I'm more of a visual person, so I kind of need to see it, and then I can, duplicate or replicate it. So yes. So hopefully this helps. And my flowers are not perfect. They're wonky and cool, and I absolutely love them. So it's really fun. Just take a deep breath and keep trying. You can use one color. You don't have to use vintage book page, but I really love the text, how it shows behind. And I just love books in general. So it's so fun. Really fun. And the older books are really great. Like, they made them out of very good materials. So they all have kind of this coating on them. So you can do a lot of cool stuff with watercolor with them. I'm just shocked every time I kind of experiment and see. With some of them, they kind of seep in. But with the ones mostly the ones that I found that are really old, you can really like push them with watercolor. And then I'm just going to add little dots in the centers just to finish these up. They don't need it. You can also just add a circle. I'm using just yellow and very, very light touch, and I'm adding in little dots. But you could also do that with, a pencil or a paint marker, and that would work out great too. Just whatever feels comfortable to you. And the ones that are a little wonky, you can get out your black pen and trace around them, and they'll be really cool. Just make like, wonky little lines around the outline. I've done that so many times, and it's so cute. They look adorable. So my best advice for you is just get a round brush, get some cheap watercolors. You can use Crayola, works for this too, and just experiment and have fun. And I hope that these tips help you. Thank you so much for telling me what you want in the comments. If you have other tutorials that you want to see, please let me know, because I am working on some fun stuff for you guys that I'm super excited to show you. So I'll see you next time, friends. Happy creating. Bye bye.